G'day everyone, how you going? Welcome back to another episode of Gone Walkabout with Uncle Benny. Today we're out here running in the new outboard. It's Valentine's Day, so I thought I'd take the darling for a bit of a run, eh? Oh, black beauty she is, she's a pearler. Alright, now we're going to chuck these crab pots out while we're out there. I'm going to go to a system that's a little less tidal, so I don't know if we're going to get many mud crabs, but the thing is, you're not going to get them with the pot sitting in the boat now, are you? We've also got a couple of lures behind me. We're going to trawl every now and again. But again, the main purpose is to rack up the 20 hours as quick as possible so I can get on out and enjoy my adventures. Now before I head on up to Gulf Country, I want to mosey on back down and I want to show you one of my favourite places in Queensland. Stanage Bay, the home of the elusive big buck. The biggest buck I ever caught was at Stanage Bay, and I hope to go back and reenact that and show you guys just how big they really are at Stanage Bay. Woo! What a cracker of a spot that is. Righto guys, I kicked her in the guts. We idled her for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to mosey on along and just at idle speed for the next 15 minutes. And then for the next hour and 45 after that, I can take her up to around 3,000 RPM. Now I don't want to sit on 3,000 RPM at a constant because we're running her on in. So I'm going to be backing on off and going back on up to 3,000 RPM. For the following hour after that, I can accelerate up to 4,000 RPM. But again, the same thing, we don't want to sit on a constant. We're going to back on off and speed on up just to break her on in a bit, eh? Now we want to avoid full throttle, but after the first 3 hours, I can do full throttle, but no longer than 5 minutes at a time. So it's a little bit of a process and we've got to do this for 20 hours. So let's see how we go. We're going to mosey on up to this system and I'll catch you guys up there. Also, I'm using a different camera today. I'm trying out a GoPro Max just to see if I can move around the boat a little bit more freely and not worry about where the camera's situated. Hopefully it gets a little bit more of a natural feel to it, but I don't know how the volume's going to go, guys. We'll check that on out as we do the editing and yeah, we'll go from there, eh? I'll see you guys soon. All I gotta say is, guys, lucky I ain't in no rush because this is going to take all day and then some to get there at this pace, but that's all right. Rather be out here on the ocean moseying along at a slow pace than sitting around like a stunned bloody mullet. Hey, have a go at this little boy. He perched himself up. He thought it's a good time to take a nap. Hey. Oh, black beauty just cruising along. Have a go at it. Hey. Isn't that just pure sex appeal right there? Yoo-hoo-hoo! Oh guys, I thought we got ourselves a bit of weed. Now how we got this mad bugger instead? Please settle down, mate. We got ourselves a giant herring here. He's a bit of a toothy bugger. He ain't much good to us, so we'll get him on back in. Hooroo, have a good day, mate. And we'll get this rod back on out, eh? And we'll see if we can't get ourselves a better fish than that on the way there. Because we're just cruising along nice and slow like. Just got to continuously fluctuate this speed, guys. It's a very slow journey on over here. But we can finally go up to 4,000 RPM. Now I can tell you what, it's a real treat after doing 3,000 for a while. A real treat. It's an absolute shame I can't just hold her full throttle, guys. But I'll tell you what, this is the calmest day I've had since I've been up here. Bloody unreal. I can't even take full advantage of it and get up her. Them's are the brakes though. You got to do what you got to do to break these big girls on in. Got to get the most out of the life expectancy of her. Something that I don't think was done with that last outboard. I might have been a bit too rough on it too, I don't know. Right, guys, we made it to the creek. And as you know, I like myself a good mixed grill. So we've got ourselves some chicken frames and a few beef bones. Get that smorgasbord going, bring them big bucks on out of their holes, eh? See if we can't pluck ourselves a big buck or two out for today and tomorrow. Eh? Now, he'd love himself a big buck for dinner tonight, I'll tell you that. All right, let's get this trap baited up and we'll zip on into this first little estuary. Righto, guys, pot number 1 in the water. Throw this rope up in the tree. Okie dokie, mark that on the sounder there, and we'll mosey on off pot number 2. All right, guys, I'd just like to put a big thank you out there to Reefside Marine at Bowen. I took my boat there, as you know, to get serviced after I heard that knocking sound on the last trip. I mean, they could have done all their best in their power to force me to buy a Yamaha or a Mercury, but because I already had brand new throttle control and steering cables from the Suzuki, after recently transforming this from a side console to a center console, they helped me find Air Marine Services, which is only an hour and a half from Bowen, and I can't thank Air Marine Services enough either. They went above and beyond. They made sure they got this outboard sorted for me by the time I moseyed on back up, and it only took them a couple of days to sort it out after I dropped it off. And here we are, running her on in, guys. Hey? So it pays to be nice to your local marine dealers and have a good old yarn and be polite, and they'll help you out the best they can. So 10 out of 10 recommend going to Air Marine Services or Reefside Marine at Bowen. Now, would you guys believe I've never owned a brand new vehicle? I've never owned a brand new boat. But this here is my 3rd brand new outboard. And I tell you what, I hope she don't end up like my first brand new outboard. My 2nd brand new outboard, she's still running. You saw her the other day crabbing up Bribey Island there. But my first outboard, my brand new Merc I bought, hey, I'll tell you all about that after we drop off crab pot number 2. As you can see, little man standing up the front there, keen as. He is banging for some mud crab. I tell you what, hey, I says to him this morning, "Oi boyo, you want to go catch yourself some mud crab for dinner?" Hey, he smiled and jumped up on 2 legs, put his paws up on me, big smile on his face. "Of course I do, Papa," he says. Now when I say boyo, I'm saying boy with an O at the end. My little nephew, hey, mad little bugger, he thought I was saying boil. He going around calling people, "Boil this mad bugger." Hey, half a gin getting around with the complex now. You mad little fella, chasey boy. It's boyo, you mad dog. Righto, let's get pot number 2 on out. Okay guys, pot number 2. In the drink she goes. Throw that rope up in the tree there. We'll back on out of here, eh? Need to get that vapor going. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, while we're backing on out of here, like I was telling you, my first outboard, we don't want this one to turn out like that. Now, I went out fishing one night. I was only a young fella, mind you. I was about 18, 19 at this stage. Had myself a skinful, I did. Absolute idiot. Bloody lunatic I was. But on the way back in, this was in the middle of the night too, mind you, I hit what I claimed to be a submerged buoy. Now, I'd had a skinful at this stage. There's no saying what it was. but I'm sticking to my story. It was a submerged buoy. Anyhow, that motor, she tore clean off my transom. We spent the next couple of days moseying on around, diving for it. But hey, this all happened in the middle of the night. And I've got no absolute idea where I was. At this stage, I had no GPS or anything like that in my boat. So I had a mate that wanted to come fishing with me, and he refused to believe that I tore my motor off the transom the week before. Old Ace Davies, if you're watching, you'll remember this, you mad dog. I rolled on into the boat ramp. I just had my boat and a set of oars, no outboard on the back. Ace looks at me in disgust and he says, "Where's your outboard?" I tell him, "At the bottom of the passage, like I told you, bud." And he had a good old laugh, we had a good old laugh, and then we moseyed on out. I just rowing. We rode into the middle of the passage and we were fishing away. Oh mate, the problems did not stop there. When the motor tore off the transom, I put myself a hairline crack down each side. Oh mate, we were out there, our legs up on the eskies, having a beer, having a fish, having a yarn. All of a sudden we put our legs on down. We're near on knee deep in water, we were. Lucky we're up the creek with a paddle. So I just started rolling on in. Oh, what a laugh that was. Anyway guys, beer and the ocean do not mix. Not for me anyway. All right, now after you heard that silly story, let's mosey on off and do pot number 3. Okay guys, while I was away down Bribey Island visiting family and whatnot, there was a fair bit of rain up here, so I'm going to set a couple of traps, you know, just in the mouth of the river sort of thing, because you never know, with all that rain there might be a few mud crabs getting around up this way. Been flushed on out. All right, let's get this girl in. In you go, darling. Up in the tree. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Get on out of here. Back her on up, Black Beauty. Righto, righto. We just got one more pot to go, guys. Pot number 4. Lucky last. Then we'll just mosey on around. Might trawl a few lures and whatnot. We'll just try and rack these hours up. Because other than Stanage Bay, I don't know if you guys have heard of this joint. Notch Point. If you haven't heard of it, get yourself on the interweb and look it up. It's a cracker of a place. I went there when I was traveling in my long wheelbase van. I mean, it does say 4-wheel drive access only, but hey, that's just a recommendation when you're out having a good time, isn't it? Now, they were right, it was 4-wheel drive. I really shouldn't have gone, but I got there and I had a cracker of a time. But I couldn't launch the boat because that part 100% needed a 4-wheel drive. So we'll mosey on down there in old Betty Lou, the troopy, and we'll see if we can't do some beach launching and do some fishing at Notch Point, because it's meant to be not too shabby. Now I don't know what order we're going to do this in, whether we do Stanage Bay first or then Notch Point. It all depends on the moon, because at Stanage Bay, the full moon and the new moon, that's when the tides are the largest, and the crabs, they're really moving about. So we're going to time it to try and get on down Stanage Bay a couple of days before the full moon or new moon, and hopefully stay on a week and do some crabbing and fishing a few days beforehand and a few days after, and ride on. And let's see if we can't pluck ourselves out a big buck. The biggest one I caught there went about 22.5 centimeters across the back. And you know how I reach on in to get these mud crabs out? Hey, that's the last place one of these cheeky buggers bit me. He got me right on the wrist there. These fellas over at Stanage Bay, they're so big, he drew blood and everything, hey? Uncle Benny got the last laugh though. Ate him for dinner, I did. All right, let's get over and do pot number 4. Okay guys, here we are poking on in to putting pot number 4 out. Hey, have a go at the captain up front. Hey, you're a happy boy. What do you reckon? Big buck in here or what, bud? I think you're right, mate. There is. Let's get this pot on in. Alright, up we go. Up in the tree. Get us on out of here, big girl. We'll be back for you later, bud. Make sure you got yourself a buck in there, or we'll be having serious discussions, boy. Alright guys, now if you've been watching these episodes and thinking to yourself, boy, Struth, I wouldn't mind getting into doing a little bit of mud crabbing, but you just don't have any but you just don't have the coin behind you to get yourself some crab pots to get started, well, I'm going to get a couple of new ones. Them two orange ones, they're up for grabs. If you're in the Bowen region, just leave a comment and I'll get them two orange pots to you. They ain't nothing flash, but they'll catch you a mud crab. They'll get you started. They'll get that running through your veins and you'll be down there at Tackle World getting yourselves a brand new set in no time. But to get going, just leave a comment. First in, best dressed. Got to be in Bowen to be able to pick them on up. Righto guys. Now, we've got all those pots in. Would you believe that took near on 3.5 hours? But that's alright. We're running this big girl in. And we're just going to cruise up and down this creek here. Nothing flash. Going to do a few squirts around. Trawl a couple of lures. And I'll check back in with you guys if anything interesting happens, eh? See you soon. Okie dokie guys, as you can see out either side we've got ourselves a rod trawling. Now we're just going to do a lap up the creek, then we'll bring them on in, then we'll zip up and down, do another lap with the trawl. If we do no good, we're going to check the crab pots and then we're going to mosey on out and we're going to do a little bit of trawling with the bigger rod and never know, might get ourselves a mackie, might get ourselves a tuna, most likely get ourselves nothing. But hey, we're out here having a cracker of a time. Hey, we don't even have to catch a fish, guys. It's an absolute pearler of a day out here. I mean, have a go at it. No wind, there's a little bit of cloud, overcast and whatnot, but it's keeping me nice and cool. Because I'll tell you what, it would be an absolute scorcher without it. Anyway, we haven't done real crash hot on the trawling. No surprises there, is there? So we're just going to finish this run on off, then we're going to zip on over and start checking the pots. We're going to mosey on down to where we dropped the first pot, bring ourselves on back, making our way to the fourth pot, and then we're going to mosey on out and do a little bit more trawling for some bigger fish. Alrighty guys, I'll see you at pot number 1. Come on, big buck. For those of you worried about the little man not drinking on the boat, go on, drink up little boy. Wait, have yourself a drink. That's it, good boy. I always got to look after number 1. Righto guys, the tide's gone down quite a bit. We're moseying on into pot number 1. Hey, there was a bust up out the front of the river mouth here, there was. I had a bit of a flick, but no surprise, no success. But, you know, can only get better at it, eh? Anyways, as we're heading on out of here, I reckon I might flick that lure out the back and trawl it on out when we get towards the mouth of this. See if we can't snag something on the way out, eh? Stick around, we're going to mosey around and check these pots out. Hey, hopefully we get ourselves a big buck. Come on, big buck! Sneaking on into pot number 1 here. Righto, what do you reckon, boyo? Big buck or what? See what we got ourselves, eh? Just a little tiddler. This little baby, guys, little buck. Throw him on back. Hey, we'll get this pot back out and hopefully we get something tonight. We'll leave it in for an overnight soak and we'll be back in the morning to check these again, I reckon. We just got to do ourselves a bit of a tight turnaround manoeuvre here. And we zip on off down here. Righto, let's hope pot number 2, 3 and 4 are a little bit better, eh? I mean, I didn't think we were going to get much down here, but hopefully we can at least get ourselves a feed. If not, we're just down here running in the boat motor, and it's better than a good day at work, eh? That's for sure. Bad day in the water is always better than a good day at work. That I can guarantee. Ain't much I can guarantee, but that I can. I think I'm being a bit optimistic turning this camera on, but hey, you never know. We might get one as we go out the mouth here. We've got this lure trawling on out here, doing her thing. We're just moseying along, hoping for the best. Come on, Barra. Where you at there? Woo! God dang! Now that was a predicament. I nearly got landlocked in there, guys. Hey, the tide's going out just a wee bit too far. Had to get on out and push the big girl. Definitely not recommended on up here in the north, but I mean, I needed to get on out or else I was spending the night, and we got a lot of rain coming on in. That would not have been very comfortable. Alright, let's see if we can get into this next section of the creek and check pot number 3 and 4. Pot number 2 was a little bit high and dry, no way of getting to that one. See what he got in the morning, eh? Righto, let's mosey on off. Righto guys, ain't much luck today. No mud crab, no fish, no nothing. Hey, I didn't even go check them other pots because by the time I got on out of that other creek, by truth, I wasn't game enough to go in the next one, eh? I didn't want to get stuck overnight. Anyways, we're going to mosey on in, so stick around and find out if we catch any mud crabs tomorrow. I'm not too sure if we're going to do any fishing or not. I'm hoping this weather's going to clear on up and I can take you around and show you Hideaway Bay, Dingo Beach, take the little man for a little bit of a swim, show you just how beautiful the water is on up here, guys. So stick around. It's going to be a cracker of an episode. I know I ain't start real well, but you watch, she's going to finish on a high note. Righto, that's Uru for now. I'll catch us in the morning when we go check these pots. Okie dokie guys, we're back down here again today. We're going to go check these crab pots. And then the weather, it's looking pretty good at the moment, so I think we might even mosey on over and have a gander at these beaches I spoke about. Hey, how's that sound? Go for a bit of a swim and whatnot. I mean, I do still have the trawling lures with me, but might as well cut snake if I left them at home, wouldn't I? So I'm going to mosey on over to this creek and I'll catch you guys over there, hopefully with a few big bucks. And for anybody who's interested in how many hours we racked up yesterday, we got a grand total of 7, so we're well on the way to getting that 20 hours racked on up so we can mosey on down to Stanage Bay and Notch Point. Righto guys, we made it. Hey, we're down here and I'll tell you what, that was a lot better trip. It was a little bit choppier, but mate, I could accelerate. I can drive it how I want. I just can't drive it full throttle for any longer than 5 minutes. So just don't drive it like you stole it pretty well. Alright, here we are sneaking into pot number 1. What do you reckon we got, guys? Hey, come here bud, what do we got? This is the one that was out of water last night. Oh, absolutely nothing. The bait's been chewed apart, but that's alright. We'll move this one, we'll rebait him, and we'll go and check pot number 2. Now we just got ourselves some more chicken frames from the IGA this morning. Silly as a wheel I was, I forgot to go and get some yesterday arvo. I was lucky she was open this morning, Sunday and all. Righto, we'll get this bait in. We'll drop this pot out on the way to pot number 2. And fingers crossed for a big buck. Righto guys, I reckon we'll try this sneaky little inlet up here, eh? You smell that? Mud crab fart. We're gonna get one in here, I tell you what. Alrighty, we're just gonna sneak up this little bit because spotted another crab pot. Somebody else thought that this looked like a good idea. They must have smelt the mud crab fart too. Righto, let's get this big boat girl out. Look her up in the tree there. If we get ourselves a big buck. Righto. Back is on out of here, Black Beauty. Mate, I should have turned the goddamn camera on. I don't know, I just had this little gut feeling. Have a flick. I should have tightened the old drag up a little bit more before I had a flick, eh? Something decent hit it, and hit it with pace, and she just dragged me straight into the snag there, eh? So I don't know, I don't think I've got any more lures in the boat. I think I'll have to have a gander after we check these pots. Alright, let's go do pot number 2. Righto. Let's see what we got here, guys. Yeah, you're such a happy boy, aren't you? What do we got? Hey, all we got is a baby cod. That's not what we're after. Nice seaplane just cruising off. Alrighty, we'll get rid of this cod and we'll move this pot as well and see if we can't do any better somewhere else. Would you have a go at that, guys? A seaplane taking off from the creek. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Now that is something you do not see every day. Hey, this mad bugger, he gets seasick, but he doesn't get airsick. Woo-hoo-hoo! When you want to go fishing, you find a way. What a mad dog! He's got air! Woo! Righto, pot number 3, come on. Surely, we got to have a bit of luck sooner or later here. Hey, let's see how we go. There we go. Get the dog. We've definitely got one leg or buck in there, guys, at least. Woo! Let's get these guys sorted out, buddy. I reckon there's 2 good bucks in there. And this one here looks angry. I suppose I'll be angry too. Go on, get out of there, bud. Let go of the fucker. Let go of that tucker. Righto. Now, I'm mad as a cut snake. I just throw things willy-nilly here, there, and everywhere. I've lost myself about 3 crab measures since I started doing this. So, gonna have to start trying using the draw. Now, have a go at that. Hey, he's a big buck. Woo! We're gonna eat him for dinner. We're going to dinner tonight, boyo. Alright, let's get him sorted on out. We'll get our Crab King Pro cuff on him now that we got them sorted in the boat. I'll tell you a little funny story. One of my mates, she hit me up and says, it looks like the crab's wearing a nappy when you put them cuffs on him. Hey, silly as a wheel she is, Stephanie. Alrighty. Get this little fella on out. You're gonna go under by a country mile, this boy. Yeah, we'll throw him on back. All right, live another day, my friend. But you, my tasty little friend, there is no releasing you. You are coming with me. Well and truly legal again. Have a go at him, you little ripper. Let's get him sorted on out. Where I throw them cuffs on at. Here we go. Now I don't know if the GoPro is going to see this. It is a 360, so we want to hope so. Go at him. You little beauty. Oi! Hey, cucaracha. I got you, boy. Hold on there. I'll wrangle you up. Righto guys, that's dinner sorted. Hey, you can call me the mud crab wrangler. Woo! Let's go check pot number 4. We might even get some more tucker. How good is that? Nothing makes me happier than starting the day the right way. And the right way is with a big buck! Woo! Oh, unbelievable. Makes the journey on over here worthwhile. I mean, I know we're just running this new donk on in, but hey, if we can pluck ourselves a feed out of the ocean at the same time, 2 birds, 1 stone. Let's go check pot number 4. Hey, sneaky, sneaky. Coming in on pot number 4. What do you reckon, bud? Hey, another big buck or what, mate? We're rebaiting these pots. We'll pick them on up tomorrow when we check them again. I reckon we'll near on have the hours racked up for the first service by then, guys. What do we got? Oh, nothing of size, but we've got ourselves a few crabs in here. We've also got the door wide open. It looks like somebody's helped themselves. Well, that's alright. We still got ourselves a feed. They can share farm if they want. The main thing is, they leave Uncle Benny's pots where they found them. Righto, let's get these crabs on out, rebait this girl and get her on back in there, eh? Okie dokie, we've got a couple of lures on out, trawling away at the moment. There was a little bit of fish activity going on as we were cruising along, so yeah, hopefully we can't snag ourselves a fish on the way out of this creek on here. And then we'll mosey on over and I'll show you these beaches because it's turning out to be quite a beautiful day. It is. The sun's poking its head on out saying g'day. So I think that's a sign we're going to go and have a bit of a swim, eh guys? Righto guys, have a go at this. How beautiful is this spot? Hey, Hideaway Bay. We was going to sneak on around to Dingo Beach as well, but the wind she's picked on up and breaking the old motor on in. I don't want to put it through too much chop. Not at the start anyway. We'll save that for later. So me and little man, we're going to mosey on in here to the beach and have ourselves a little bit of a swim and cool off a bit. And then we're going to just keep on moseying around, racking the hours up on this big girl. And hey, don't think there's really going to be much else to show you guys today. So that's Uru for now. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. If you like what you've seen today, hit that subscribe button, flick that bell, and I can't wait to see you guys out on my next adventure. Have a cracker of a day. Uru!